Hey, how you doing guys? ZDEyE here. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the Last of Us Part 2 reviews. Now this is not a review commentary coming from me. I obviously do not have the copy of the game, but I definitely wanted to touch on regarding the rest of the reviewers that have talked about, gave the scores for The Last of Us Part 2 as soon as possible, more or less. And mind you, I'm getting in this information from Metacritic, not necessarily to say that around that number is actually, well, at this moment of process, the recording is on 95 on the Metacritic, just so you know. And but the amount of masterpiece reviews and the scores that it received is like up to 40 to 50. Seriously, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, 100 out of the 100. Absolutely insane. Now, this is not to say also like it's a whole, like flowers and roses and whatever, right? But basically, there are some people saying that the game doesn't deserve exactly, like such a high rating. And for example, the lowest in sort of a good category, right? Maybe that makes sense. GameStop, right? It was. I didn't watch our full review anyway, but basically, The Last of Us Part 2 review has been given an 8 out of 10 from the GameSpot. But she said also that she couldn't stomach the whole thing that was happening. She did not like the direction that the game was going towards. She didn't like that Ellie was making these selfish decisions. Basically, she was talking mainly about the story, and that's really it, and that's why she gave it a much lower rating. But there were actually a few mixed reviews coming from Game Revolution, Gaming Bible, and IGN Japan. But they actually all gave 7 out of 10, all three of them. Now, coming from Game Revolution, this excessive padding and theoretically noble attempt to dive into a deeper subject also negatively impacts the gameplay. You see what I mean? The gameplay, really? Every other reviewers out there saying the gameplay was so far done and polished. You already can see that this is a lot of bollocks coming from Game Revolution. Now, how about Gaming Bible? As a video game sequel, it ticks all the boxes of being bigger and better with more to say. But as a story, as an experience, following one of the most critical acclaimed tales ever told in this medium, it sits uncomfortably on a knife's edge, waiting to be... What? You know what I mean? It's like these people are talking about the uncomfortability in this game that you can't really sit it through. If you have a weak stomach, you will not be able to, pull through. What the... Anyway, and then there's the last one, IGN Japan. The Last of Us Part 2 tries too hard to differentiate itself from its predecessor, while astonishing cityscapes and the more varied combat options are great evolutions. Part 2 lacks the poetic serenity that made the original road movie like epic such as the masterpiece. On top of that, uninteresting new characters burden the story, making Ellie's journey feel okay, well this is actually a lot more credited kind of a review, a synopsis, right? That's when of course I read it through, but like it makes sense why this person perhaps did not like it. But we'll also have to understand, everyone has their own different opinions. But then IGN Japan, I'm not gonna be surprised if it was by a woman that was reviewed with this. Holy shit, I probably triggered a lot of people in that, what I just said. I apologize, but that kind of seems like just the case. Now, there are some people out there, like guys and stuff, that like can't handle what they're seeing on the screen, so they're obviously gonna give it a bad review, or just like, lower the score rating. But we cannot have, of course, this is ridiculous to be making a video only going and concentrating on the mixed reviews or lower end reviews that give it a lower score rating. We obviously have to understand that there has been up to more than 30 or so anyway 10 out of 10 scores given for this game. Like one of the highest, as well it's indicated in the Metacritic, is by Spicio Games. The Last of Us Part 2 say a poignant and devastating story about what remains of that humanity. It's not just the best game of the year, but the most representative game of this generation. Wow, big words, very big words. Now let's go with the little bit more known, right? So as an example, IGN, right, just known for The Last of Us Part 2 is a masterpiece that evolves the gameplay, cinematic storytelling, the rich world design of the original in nearly every way. Awesome. Game Informer as well, a lot of people definitely know them as well. It is a game that turned me inside out with each twist of the screw. Simplistic term, but makes complete sense, in my opinion anyway. Now, there has been few more, obviously, like PlayStation Lifestyle. Well, they are mainly covering PlayStation-related news and the reviews, but thinking back on it now, just looking through, I'm also looking through the Metacritic and seeing other people who, other reviews I should say, who have given a very high rating. Now, ZDEyE The Last of Us Part 2 presents, I should say, an absolutely crucial and challenging narrative about love and hate. Characters have convincing motivations that leave you thinking more about than what's in front of you. The place it takes you to are awe-inspiring to explore. With unraveled attention to the detail, and although the combat is somewhat forgiving, it remains thrilling throughout much of the harrowing journey. They gave a 95 out of 100, yeah, easy allies. But combat is forgiving. Maybe you didn't play this game on a higher difficulty? Just a bit of a suggestion? Yeah, anyway, this is just coming... as the reviews go, we understand a lot of people, reviewers specifically, they got their hands on this game because perhaps Sony knew that they would give it such a high scores. But we cannot forget, like, there have been lower scores that have been provided for this game as well. I did definitely expect this game would get higher than 90 on the Metacritic. Of course, we're still way too early to be making that kind of decision, because again, the game did not come out yet. There's still one more week to go until the release of the game finally. Yes, I'm gonna be getting this game 100% on day one. I don't care what people have to say, because this game seems to be one of those very high tier types of games, and again, it's PlayStation exclusive. You have to get this game to experience it for yourself. Nobody else can really tell you what you have to feel about the game, right? That kind of makes sense. You have to experience it for yourself. Okay, well, I think I just rambled long enough. Thank you so much for watching, man. It's been a fun couple of hours, days in fact, because the PlayStation 5 event just wrapped up. I made a thoughts video as well. If you want to take a look, I will leave down links below in the pinned comment as well, if you want to take a look at that. And man, it's been fun. It's been very fun. Alright, I will let you go now again, guys. Have a wonderful day. Like and subscribe as always. And yeah, again, see you guys.